Hello, everybody. It is the Last Raider. We are back. Excuse me here. And we are getting involved in a war. A righteous war. A just war. This one comes from MXR. Now, for those who don't know, MXR has recently come under fire by this company known as Jukin Media down here. And Jukin Media, you can see here from MXR. He was talking about this, did a video the other day. I'll put a link to it in the description. Where Jukin Media hauled off and told him to pay up to $3,000 for what I believe is 2 memes. You can see here in this media statement right here. Yeah, they are charging him by the video $1,500 because he's done a review of one of the videos. In other words, the videos that he's reviewing, he's using fair use to run them off of. What's stupid about this is, if you've seen MXR review, you know that he takes a video or a meme, reviews it, and he also reacts to it. Now, the problem with this is, this has already been 2 case standards for this already. Once with Ray William Johnson, and the other one with H3H3. Both of them fought similar cases, went to court. Both of them won. The thing here is, Jukin Media, now, I'm going to harp on MXR a bit. MXR did pay them. It's like dealing with trolls online. You don't feed them, because once you feed them, they're like stray cats. They come back in greater numbers. So MXR decided this time he doesn't want to pay, but Jukin Media is known for copyright striking channels almost into oblivion. So MXR is here up there saying, here's the charges Jukin Media gave me. $3,000 for a single meme because it contained footage from two of their clips. If I don't pay this, they'll strike and take down my channel. This is what they will do. Now, he has come up here and mentioned this. This is what Jukin Media is now saying here at the bottom, which is, I want to get to this. This is just how stupid they are. We left a comment on the video. Here's a screenshot. You're making money off videos that don't belong to you. Bull. Because the video in question, as MXR stated, is a meme made with 2 clips from a single video. In other words, and here's the thing I'm going to mention. You can take something, a piece of history, wording, hell, you can even take scriptures from the Bible. The Bible actually has a big thing. There's actually an entire chapter of the Bible devoted to knowing knowing when the Bible is being taken out of context. Okay, the Bible itself pitches a fit about this, because once you take something out of context, as this meme has done, as he said, it's taken 2 clips out of it, up here, takes 2 clips to make a single meme. Because you've taken them out of a video, or taken 2 videos and put them together in a different way, the outcome, what you're saying, is completely different. Therefore, something new has been created. This is called fair use, folks. Ray William Johnson won on it. H3H3 Productions won on it. Now here we have Moron Media, mind you. Our only goal here is to ensure the rightful owners of the videos are compensated. We're happy to talk and try to find a resolution that works for everyone. Here's a bullcrap, though, because I did some research into Jukin Media. And Jukin Media charges anywhere between $49 to $299 for their licensing agreements. Jukin has not given him the opportunity of a licensing agreement. Now, I would understand if Jukin said, look, we're going to have to charge you $1,500, but if you want, you can buy one of these licensing agreements and have license to the video. As long as you pay us and we give a little money back to the person, that'll be fine. But we're not doing that. I mean, at least if they gave MXR an out, I would see it. And this is where I think they've also made a mistake. Because anytime in war, the best battle strategies are the ones that give the enemy a way out. You just control what way out they take. War is basically control of your enemy, forcing them to submit or making them go into a direction where they're forced to submit. You leave an opening somewhere so that they can escape. Alexander the Great did this. Many military strategists did this. All right. Jukin Media, however, did not do this. Jukin Media ran in there, hit an MXR with the big spending, with the big bill, and then right after they're done, they didn't give him an out. It's either you pay this or we destroy your channel. And there's no end in sight of this. MXR doesn't know if he's going to use a clip from them again. And they'll come back and hit him with another $15,000 fine. And they're probably violating it. In fact, in my opinion, they are. Because H3H3 Productions, if I remember that case correctly, they fought something almost exactly similar to this, where they were taking clips and reviewing them in pieces, or reviewing like the best parts of it, and someone, I think another YouTuber, tried to sue them for copyright infringement or some nonsense, and H3H3 won on the grounds of fair use. That was it. It was fair use is what he won on. It was a costly, and I think that's why they're only charging $1,500, because at $1,500, you're going to spend a lot more money than that per fine. If I'm looking at this correctly, they're demanding almost $6,000, if I'm reading this correctly. I could be not reading it right, but it appears that they are asking they're asking to charge him for four of his videos, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly. And yeah, because each one has a different date on it. Well, one of them has the same date. So in one video, they're asking for $3,000. Total, they're probably asking for $6,000. I mean, it's retarded. Or $1,500. They've got two bills for $1,500 or $3,000. Total, they're doing like $6,000. I may be repeating myself, but I'm just kind of blown by this, because I've dealt with companies like this before. My dad, at one point in time, got screwed over. The U.S. Ag Division of the United States, the government, came in one time and wiped out a crop of his that he was growing for a hobby. No, it was not marijuana, before anyone talks about it. I say a crop because I can't give any real specifics. There's a type of gag order on it, so specific stuff can't be talked about. What I can tell you is, my dad went after him, and after a 6-long-year battle, he won. Mind you, he won by not taking them to court and not getting a lawyer. It was basically him just going in there and pretty much annoying the fuck out of him until they finally gave in and gave him what he wanted. And this is where I'm going to go to MXR and give him some advice. This is what my dad did. And this is what we always did. We started looking into the company, trying to see if we could find something we could pin on them. Eventually, we got the EPA involved. And the EPA went in, and by the time they got done slapping regulations on this company that was owned by the government and pushed by the government, mind you, this group went through 29 states and pretty much rolled over everyone from governors to representatives. They either paid people off or rolled them over, ran into Southeast Missouri and got their ever-living butts kicked. By the time they were done, we were actually in a meeting with them, and my dad and me, we were sitting in there, and I kind of pointed out that there was that their whole, they're making the world a better place was actually a trend that went back nearly 80 years, which they had only been there for about 10. And the woman behind the counter from New York City, she got kind of pissed off and looked like she was demonically possessed and told us that we had cost them millions of dollars. At that point in time, that was nowhere near the amount of money they owed my dad for costs and damages. It was barely anything. It wasn't even money that should have been owed. But this here with Jukin Media now, I'm telling you right now, this is the same thing. They're going in, they found someone who they think they can intimidate. They've intimidated this kid once already, and they're so greedy they're coming back a second time around. And in my opinion, the internet's doing exactly what it should. Ed, if you looked up Jeremy Hambley's video on this, his recent one, he was talking about how they're now having trouble getting new sponsors. They're having trouble making more money, and people are going after them. MXR, if you want to put a little more pressure on them, I would say call your attorney general, get the cases from H3H3 and Ray William Johnson together. If you can, get the videos also so that you can compare them to your videos that are being targeted right now with the particular clip. And then take that, a copy of fair use, and a copy of the cases. Call up your attorney general, because this is an American company. Call up the attorney general in your state that you live in and offer to buy him dinner. I know it sounds stupid, but just go in there and say, hey, look, I'll buy you lunch if you'll come by and look at my case. That's how, and tell him, that's how confident I am that the law is being broken right now. And he'll look at that like, well, at the very least, he gets a free meal from hearing you out. He'll go with you to get a free meal, and you just lay the case out. Here's the thing I'll tell you about people in law. The more footwork you do for a lawyer or an attorney, the more inclined they are to take a case. And the more evidence you have already presented, the more they're willing to get involved, because then all they have to do is fight the case. It's what a lawyer's supposed to do. A lot of people do this and they expect the lawyer to get out there, do all the footwork and everything else like they do in TV. TV is a lie. Okay. You go out there, you get everything ready. And I say this because you need to have the compared videos that H3H3 and Ray William Johnson was sued over. Talk to them. Tell those guys what you're going through and ask them for some help. Tell them you just need the videos that those guys went after, that they were sued for. So that if you can do a comparison of what these guys have already won, then the attorney general may take it up, and then it's the state fighting them. The state will turn around and sue them. After that, you have no control of what happens. But the state will fight them on the taxpayer's dollar, and the state has way more money than this company does. They've got way more time, and their lawyers will almost work pro bono until they win. All right? So you've got a court case filed against Jukin Media, and I think, if I recall, Ray William Johnson actually beat Jukin Media. So that actually puts you in a better position. But like I said, you're going to have the company like this, they only understand one thing, and that is punishment. If you can create more problems for Jukin Media than you're worth, then more than likely they will leave you alone and never mess with you again. But you need to set a precedent, and this needs to be set by everyone. They need to set it up as, if Jukin Media does a scorched earth policy, this doesn't end. Okay, and I'm telling Jukin Media right now, the firestorm that you're getting right now that's forced your founder off of Twitter, that's made you change the name of your company right now to something forgettable. Okay, think about it. If you just decide you're going to scorch earth policy and take out MXR's channel, I'm going to tell you something. Then it won't be, we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. We will now make your life a living hell out of revenge. Make MXR a martyr and see what happens, Jukin. See how far we drop that stock. See how hard we will hammer your country with reviews. See how many people, just see how long it takes you to find someone with the balls to try and invest in your company and hope that you'll protect them. There won't be anyone. You will have to close shop. We will not stop until you close down. You leave. The conditions of our victory are very clear. The conditions of you walking away from this are very clear. You back off of MXR. If you give MXR the money that you took from him, hey, even better. But you can go back, you can offer a licensing agreement or something. But this nonsense right here just shows how in the wrong you really are. Companies like this need to be taught a lesson, and a very hard lesson. I call it a swine's education, okay? You ever see a pig that's in a hot fence or inside of a fence? One of them figures out how to get out. The only way you can stop it is when the pig gets out, you chase the thing until it's almost exhausted. Because after about 2 or 3 days of chasing that pig and hitting it and chasing it and hitting it and causing it discomfort and making life horrible, there's this aha moment where the pig goes, I'm going back in the pen to see if this guy keeps chasing me. And they'll scream, they'll holler, they'll charge right back to the pen and go right inside. They may go through barbed wire. When they get back in the pen and realize that you won't do this anymore, you won't go after them, not saying they'll never get out, but if you ever show up and take notice of them getting out, they will haul butt back to that pen like a bat out of hell. I am the Last Raider, folks. If you like this, do like this. Comment on this so that this video can get to the top, folks. This needs to be gotten out there. We need all the exposure we can get to help MXR out and his girlfriend. Also, check out MXR. Hit him with an upvote with your thumb. Drive his channel and drive this video. If nothing else, drive this video and comment on it. Just sit up there and say Jukin sucks. I don't care. Okay? Be as belligerent as you want to be, but don't threaten people. Also, keep y'all's heads on a swivel. Stay frosty, folks. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.